Good day everyone, and welcome back. Today we'd be taking a look at Trumpeter's 135th German Entwicklungsfahrzeug 25, or the E25. Now as usual, we'd be taking a look at the parts and the sprues, and just some general feedback along the way. And without further ado, let's get started. The E25 was part of Germany's Entwicklung series of tanks. Now, the Entwicklung series is part of their effort to concentrate and to also streamline their tank designs and tank production as to cut down on costs that were weighing down their current progress when it came to their tanks. Now, the Entwicklung series has a number of classes, namely the E10, the E25, the E50, the E75, and the E100, all of which have a corresponding class to it. But for the sake of this video, and given that there are limited information regarding the tank, the numbers associated with the E are indicative of their weight class. So you have the E10 being a 10-ton tank, the E25 being 25 tons, the E50 50 tons, so on and so forth. This tank in particular, the E25, was supposed to be a light reconnaissance and also tank destroyer kind of vehicle. And how that came to be, I am not so sure, but perhaps it also has something to do with its power pack. The gun is a 75mm Pak 40. As you will see later on, the hull design is somewhat similar to the Jagdpanzer 38T, or what people commonly refer to as the Hetzer. Now you can see here that some of the panels are identical, but somewhat different also in the structure. Now you can see right here that these two panels are different. This is for the upper sloping glacis, and also this would be for the roof. Now the kit fortunately provides you with two options, that is for both the sloping glacis on the rear of the vehicle and then also the deck. Was there ever a standard version to it? I am not so sure, as this only remained on paper, and if I'm not mistaken, the kit may have gotten its inspiration from the popular game World of Tanks, wherein they developed the E25 in-game, albeit with some minor inconsistencies with the measurement of the tank in-game. But I digress. According to some of the historical data that was featured in Wargaming's article for the E25, there was a variant that featured a cupola right here. If I'm not mistaken, this would also be the commander's cupola with an anti-aircraft machine gun. So this would go on top of here. As to the accuracy and the source material, I'm not so sure where that came from. But anyway, here is the main gun. As you can see, it's in one piece with the barrel and already somewhat hollowed out. As you can see right here, you also have a different variation of the mantlet. Oh, sorry. This is the extension of the mantlet. So this would be in two pieces. This is the base, and as you can see right there, there's a cast texture already on it. And also this one right here. Now, given that this is a very small tank and very compact one, most of the other details are for the external details of the E25. So you also have here the exhaust pipe, the jack block, that's wood, and you have the entire rear panel. And as I mentioned earlier, you have here also the cupola rings and also hatches. And going back, these are again optional panels, so it really depends on you which you'd use. Then you have here the intake that goes around this area. Also, you have here a nicely molded periscope, but this is for another, or this version of the deck. For these sprues, you can see here the running gear, and for this one, it uses steel rimmed road wheels, and they are also interleaved. You have the hubs right here. And then as for these ones right here, you have the suspension system, this one. I'm not so familiar with this kind of setup. Moving on, we have here the drive sprocket and also the idlers, periscopes, and once again, another option for the exhaust, as you can see right there. Now, as you may have seen on the box art, there's an indicator on the lower left part that says bonus, both the vinyl tracks and also individual links included in the kit. Let's take a look at the individual track links. On closer inspection, you can see some fair surface detailing right there. Around the back, you can see also it is fairly detailed with some parts to clean out, such as those ejection pin marks. Now each side consists of 75 links, so it is up to you if you'd use this individual track links or the vinyl. Now for these two sprues, you can see they are mostly pioneer tools like the jack, an axe, a shovel. This one, if I'm not mistaken, this would be the antenna holder, similar to what you would find on, let's say, a Panzer II. Then again, most of these are pioneer tools, and just get creative where you would be placing them. For this one, you have the upper hull and the lower hull pieces. On closer inspection, you can see it's simply detailed for the suspension system. The upper hull is as is. It somewhat looks like the Jagdpanzer 38T, but more compact, or at least wider. That simply goes on like that. You would have to ensure the fitting, as there are guide pins right here, and it won't fit right away, but anyway, this is how it would look like. And the vinyl tracks, it's a fair amount of detailing again, even on the back, so it is up to the modeler which type of track he or she would use. For the decal sheet, it's rather generic. You have the iron cross right here and just some numbers. Once again, artist's liberty as to what kind of markings one would use. The PE parts for the flaps around the front and rear of the E25, and then also the mesh for the intake. A color call out for the camouflage scheme, and also the decal placement. Apparently it's only one, but again, since this is a conceptual vehicle, you could probably go ahead and model it as you like. The instruction manual, part callouts, suspension assembly right here. And as you can see, interleaved road wheels, track links as indicated, 75 links each side, or use the vinyl. The top deck assembly, as you can see, this is the first option, so mostly hatches. Second option would be with the tank commander's cupola and machine gun. So again, option right there, A or B. And then this is the other glazes I was talking about. This one, the slope right here. So you either do it with these two intakes, like square intakes, or the engine grills, or with this circular intake right here. And for the rear panel, okay, I'm mistaken. So this is apparently a whole part of the exhaust. So you put these two first, and then the whole tube right here. So some of the pioneer tools, they go on to this rear of the tank, and the other parts, I'm not so sure. Perhaps we would see. Now again, the flaps on the front and rear of the vehicle are dependent. You have a plastic alternative or also the PE. Again, depends on the modeler. You also have here the headlights and the gun assembly. You can see fairly quick, straightforward, and you have to just attach it and you're good to go. Last page is just blank. And that's it for the Entwicklungsfahrzeug. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a thumbs up, but if you didn't, leave a thumbs down, and let me know down in the comments below what you think of the kit, the tank, or any feedback in general. And as always, stay safe, keep modeling. Until next time, take care everyone. Goodbye.